All right, so you've started earning. Awesome. But now what? The whole world of investing can feel, well, super intimidating, right? Today, we're going to cut through all that noise and talk about one simple but seriously powerful tool, the Systematic Investment Plan, or SIP. Think of it as your secret weapon for turning that monthly paycheck into real long-term wealth. And I'm going to show you exactly how it works. You know, this quote just hits the nail on the head. The biggest enemy isn't that you don't have enough money. It's that feeling of confusion, that anxiety you might have about your financial future. It almost always comes from not having a clear path. Well, that's what we're here for. We're going to give you that clarity so you can finally start building your wealth with some real confidence. Okay, let's just get right into it and tackle the elephant in the room, shall we? I'm talking about fear. Look, when you're a young professional, every single rupee feels hard-earned, because it is. So the idea of putting that money at risk can be downright terrifying. I get it. But what if I told you that the fear itself, not the market, is actually the biggest thing holding you back? I mean, think about it. Do any of these sound familiar? Oh, the stock market is just gambling. I'm going to lose all my money. You have to be an expert to do this. And the big one, I just don't have enough to invest, right? These are the exact myths that keep so many people on the sidelines. Well, today, we're going to bust those myths and replace that fear with some solid facts. And here's the thing. It's kind of ironic, actually. We spend all this time worrying about the potential risk of investing, right? But we completely ignore the guaranteed loss that's happening right under our noses. I'm talking about inflation. Every single day, your money is just sitting in a savings account. It's losing its buying power. It's being slowly eaten away. So doing nothing, that's not playing it safe. It's a guaranteed way to lose money over time. So the big question is, how do we fight back? How do we get over those fears and actually start building wealth? Well, the answer is a tool that was practically designed for anyone who earns a monthly salary and wants to start small. It's time we really dig into what a SIP actually is. I know, systematic investment plan sounds super technical, but trust me, it's ridiculously simple. A SIP is basically just an automatic instruction. You tell your bank, hey, take a fixed amount of money, say 1,000 or 2,000 rupees, and invest it for me every single month. That's it. Think of it like your Netflix or Spotify subscription, but instead of paying for entertainment, you're paying your future self. You're buying little pieces of assets that can actually grow your money. Okay, now this is a really important point that trips a lot of people up. An SIP is not the investment itself. It's the method. It's how you invest. Let me give you an analogy. The mutual fund, that's your destination. That's where you want your money to end up. The SIP, that's the car that takes you there. It's the vehicle that makes the journey automatically, every single month, without you having to think about it. And honestly, SIPs were practically made for people like you and me. Why? Because they fit perfectly into how our financial lives already work. You get paid monthly, you pay your bills monthly. A SIP just slots investing right into that same familiar cycle. You don't need some huge chunk of cash to get started. All it takes is those small, consistent contributions. All right, now we get to the really cool part. This is where the magic happens. SIPs have these two kind of built-in features that I like to call their superpowers. Seriously, these are automatic tricks that help you navigate the ups and downs of the market and turn time into your absolute best friend. Okay, superpower number one is called rupee cost averaging. Now, this is your secret weapon against trying to time the market, which, let's be real, is impossible. Nobody, and I mean nobody, knows if the market's going to go up or down tomorrow. But with this superpower, you don't even have to try. So check this out. It's actually pretty simple. You're putting in the same amount of money every month, right? Let's say it's 1,000 rupees. Now, when the market takes a dip and prices are low, that 1,000 rupees automatically buys you more units of your investment. But when the market is up and prices are high, that same 1,000 rupees buys you fewer units. See what's happening? Over time, it all averages out and you end up getting a better price overall. Market dips actually become your friend. It's brilliant. And now for superpower number two. The one Albert Einstein supposedly called the eighth wonder of the world. I'm talking about the power of compounding. So what is it? Put simply, it's your money making money. And then the money your money made starts making its own money. It's this incredible self-fueling cycle of growth. The absolute best way to picture this is to think of a snowball rolling down a hill. At the top, it's tiny, right? That's your first few investments. But as it keeps rolling, as you keep making those monthly sips, it picks up more snow. It gets bigger and it starts rolling faster and faster. Before you know it, that tiny snowball is a giant boulder. And the secret ingredient that makes it all happen? Time. You just have to give it time. Okay, so let's stop talking theory and look at some actual numbers. Let's say you start a simple 2,000 rupee SIP every month. After just 5 years, and we're just assuming a modest 12% return here, that could grow to over 1.6 lakh rupees. Not bad, right? That's a great start. But remember, at this point, the snowball is just getting started. But what happens if you just keep it going? Let's fast forward another 10 years, so you're at 15 years total. That same 2,000 rupee SIP, it's now over 10 lakh rupees. Whoa. Now that's where you really start to see the power kicking in. Think about it. It took 5 years to get to 1.6 lakh, but in the next 10 years, you added more than 8 lakh. The growth is speeding up. That, my friends, is compounding in action. Okay, but let's take it one final step. What if you just stick with it for a typical career, say 30 years? That same simple 2,000 rupee a month investment could become over 70 lakhs. Just let that sink in for a second. From 2,000 rupees a month. This is it. This is how small, consistent habits build truly life-changing wealth. Feeling a little inspired? I really hope so, because the next part isn't about complicated charts or financial jargon. It's about taking that feeling and turning it into action. Just a few simple, concrete choices to get you started. So let's break down exactly how you can take that very first step. So the first question everyone asks is, okay, but how much should I invest? And you know what? The answer isn't some crazy formula. It's actually a really simple golden rule. Invest an amount that lets you sleep peacefully at night. Seriously, start with the number that doesn't make you nervous. You can always increase it later. The most important thing here is just being consistent, and the only way to do that is to be comfortable with the amount. Now, if you're someone who likes to see some actual numbers, this little guide can give you a few realistic starting points based on your monthly salary. But just look at this. The main thing to notice is how achievable it is. Even if you're making 15,000 rupees a month, you can start building your future with just 1,000 rupees. It's totally doable. Okay, the last big question, where do I actually put my money? Look, the world of funds can be overwhelming, so let's keep it super simple. Here are 2 fantastic beginner-friendly options. First, you've got large cap or index funds. All these do is invest your money into a big basket of the largest, most stable companies in the country. We're talking about the big household names you already know and trust. It's a really solid, steady starting point. Or second, you could look at hybrid funds. These are cool because they automatically create a balance for you. Some money goes into stocks for growth, and some goes into safer things like bonds for a bit of stability. Honestly, you can't go wrong starting with either one. So as we start to wrap this up, I want to leave you with what is, without a doubt, the most important lesson of all. Real success in investing, it's not about being a genius. It's not about picking the one perfect stock. It's all about your behavior. It's about winning the long game by letting your discipline, not your emotions, be your guide. I love this quote because it just says everything, doesn't it? It is so easy to get caught in the trap of, I'll start next month, or I'll start when I've done more research. But the honest truth is, the cost of waiting around is way higher than the risk of just starting small today. That amazing power of compounding we talked about, it needs one thing to work its magic: time. And that clock starts ticking the moment you begin. And really, that's what it all boils down to. It all comes back to that one simple, consistent step that you take month after month after month. That's what builds the rock-solid foundation for your financial security. It's not about some big, dramatic investment. It's about the quiet, powerful discipline of paying your future self first. So I'll just leave you with this one thought. We've seen how a small, regular SIP can completely change a financial future. We've taken apart the common fears and hopefully laid out a super simple path for you to follow. Your future is literally waiting for you to build it, one month at a time. So the only question left is, when are you going to begin?